Today I visit with songwriter, entertainer, singer Greg Marlow from Eastern Tennessee. I'm Rick Jey, and this is Spotlight on the Arts.
Started out with doses that were just kind of minimal, and they kept increasing them, and they got to the point where the morphine was as much as they could give me without stopping my heart. And between the morphine doses, I was chasing oxys to get me to the morphine dose again. And it wasn't even me anymore. Hi, my name is Greg Marlow, and I'd like to share my testimony with you about what God has done for me. In 2011, I was diagnosed with a rare form of cancer called sarcoma. Now, I'd never heard of sarcoma in my life. Come find out, it's pretty aggressive and it's pretty fatal. And the doctors had only given me a 20% chance of survival during the diagnosis, so by the time they got around to the removal, it had gotten even worse. So they sent me to Vanderbilt Hospital, and after 9 days at Vandy, trying to recover from a 7-hour surgery that just left me in a mess, they wanted to put me in a nursing home, and my wife refused. Angie said, no, we're going to take him home. So they sent me home to be comfortable, which is code for you ain't got much longer left to go, so, die at home. And they loaded me up, sent me home in an ambulance, and I came in, and my living room looked like a hospital bed or a hospital room. It was a mess. So for the next 30 days, I laid and was not allowed to move. That was one of the hardest things I ever done in my life. I found out during that time, for every day that you're immobile, your muscles deteriorate, and it takes a week of recovery just to recover 1 day of loss. So I had 30 days. So by the time that was over, I was not even able to sit up on my own. Well, after a few weeks, I went back to Vandy, and they seen that the cancer wasn't spreading. And the diagnosis kind of changed a little bit. Instead of 6 months, they told me, well, you might live 18 more months, a year to 18, that's at the most, but you'll never walk again. Well, within a year, I was walking again. And a lot of that was God just laying it on my brothers. Every day when they got off work, they would come to my house, and they would set me up in the bed, and one would get on one side and one would get on the other. And it started out with 1 step, then 2 steps, then across the room, then the kitchen. And they would, no matter how much pain I was in, they pushed me until I started walking again. Between them pushing and people praying, within a year, 16 months, I was walking on my own again. The doctors were amazed with that. Well, the diagnosis changed again. So instead of 18 months, they said, well, you might live 2 to 3 years. Well, I passed that milestone. And all while passing those milestones, I was doing things that they said, well, you'll never do this, or you'll never do that, you'll never have this. After the doctors seen that I was not going to pass away as quick as they had initially thought, the next thing that I ended up in was rehab and a pain clinic, or pain medication like crazy. And I was on morphine and oxys. I started out with doses that were just kind of minimal, and they kept increasing them, and they got to the point where the morphine was as much as they could give me without stopping my heart. And between the morphine doses, I was chasing oxys to get me to the morphine dose again. And it wasn't even me anymore. Before I knew it, I was flat out addict. I didn't think I could go to bed without it, and I knew I couldn't get up without it. I kept it right by the bed. The first thing I done was start taking it. And I was a mess. I really was. I was flat out hooked. I went to a parents-teacher conference with Angie, and we left, and she was crying, and she said, I'm never going anywhere with you again. She said, you sat in there and slobbered with your eyes half open. And I remember coming home, and it hit me like a ton of bricks. God, you have given me my life back, and this is how I'm repaying you, by staying blown away. And I asked God, man, I said, you got to deliver me from this stuff because I can't quit. I don't feel like I can breathe without it. So I had to go back. I had a doctor's appointment the next day with my pain doctor, and they always ask me the same questions. You're not selling, right? And I said, no, ma'am, I'm not. Well, how's your pain level? And I discovered all I had to do was say, it's a little worse, and they would up the oxys a little bit. Well, I told her, I said, I ain't gonna lie, I'm still hurting, but I want you to take me off of it. And she said, I can't. And I said, I don't understand why. She said, because you're hooked. And I was blown away. I just couldn't believe it. So I left there that day with an agreement with her that she would taper me down if I would agree that if I'd started detoxing, that I would get back over there as quick as I could. So when I got home from that doctor trip, I took those prescriptions and took a magic marker and drew big X's in them, and then took the pills that I had left into the bathroom, and I flushed them down the toilet. And as I was watching those things swirl away, I remember bowing my head and I said, Lord, man, this is all gonna have to be you, because I can't do this alone. And to this day, I have never craved another pill. I've never craved any morphine. I've never took anything any stronger than a Tylenol in 13 years. That's deliverance, and that's a miracle. I did something they told me that I couldn't do. No, I'll take that back. God did something that they told me that couldn't be done, and I laid it all down. And to be honest with you, through that journey, it had been crazy. We had lost nearly everything that we had through this. And not only is God a God of saving, but He's a God of healing, and He's a God of restoration. Because it seems like the biggest part of the things that I lost during all that time, that God is restoring or has restored already. So I'm telling you, God answers prayers. Now, if God will do these things for me, He will do these things for you. So I'm 15 years past a diagnosis that was only 6 months. I've done things that I never dreamed I'd get to do and still doing. And it's not because of me, but it's what God has done. I wake up every day of my life. The first thing I do is I thank God for a brand new day. And the second thing I ask Him for is, Lord, send me somebody that I can bless or be a blessing to. Now, you may not have cancer. You may not have anything that bad, but whatever it is that's got you weighted down, got you worried, got you distracted, God wants to help. God wants to give you your second chance. He gave me my second chance, and He will give you yours. I can't thank Him enough, and I love Him so much for it.
And I'm asking you for mine. You're the God of second chances.
Welcome to Spotlight on the Arts, coming to you via Zoom from the J. Rick Studios here in Central Missouri. I would ask you to take note at what you just looked at as we turn to Greg Marlow to Spotlight on the Arts. Uh, it's really, Greg, it's great to have you with us. Been looking forward to this. From the state of Tennessee, welcome.
Hey Rick, how you doing?
Well, doing good, doing good.
Great.
For sure. And it looks like you're doing good. You got all the look for the entertainer. I tell you. Well, that's a great song, great testimony, and we'll be learning more and running the song Second Chances that Greg has made a hit out of. And we'll talk about that success after that long period and a little bit about his life. Getting to know Greg Marlow here at Spotlight on the Arts. Well, if you would then, please, Greg, tell us a little bit about Greg Marlow and how you first developed a passion for music and entertainment.
Well, Rick, once again, man, it's so good to be here and be a part of your show.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm an old hillbilly from out in East Tennessee, and I just kind of grew up in the music. I was around it my whole life. It just seemed like that a lot of my family were musicians and coal miners, musicians, and that was just part of our DNA. And I didn't know any better. I thought everybody played and sang. Isolated in these mountains back here. But
Sure.
it started out just, what I heard on the porch and self-taught.
I remember those days.
Oh, yeah, self-taught and just kind of developed a passion for it. Didn't really know I was going to be a songwriter for years later, but ventured into songwriting after joining a bluegrass band, and I was in that band for about 30 years. So I guess I developed most of my chops there.
Sure. Yes. Got your chops there. Now,
Yeah.
what can you mention a good mention of that group? Would you like to pay honor to them?
Yeah. It was a group we formed back in 1988. Me and my brother and another friend of mine, Steve Bruce, we formed New Harvest. And we played a long time, well up until the COVID. I guess that's when we all took different paths at that point right there. But spent a lot of years playing and singing in that band, and that's when I started writing. Actually wrote several of the songs that we done, or co-wrote several of the songs that we done. So I learned a lot of it during those times right there, developed it.
Oh, great. Yeah, it's a long path. That's one reason I asked you to be interviewed because, I'm working with young talent and they look up to people that's been there, done that, how they got started.
Yeah.
And it's the same with everyone, it seems like. And you mentioned DNA. We found that not only entertainers, songwriters, musicians, artists of all types seems to be in our DNA. I take that clear back to the days of the caveman. It seemed like one person in that caveman group, he said, well, you guys go out there and hunt and get some meat and bring it home. I'll record this on the walls.
Yes, so, it's true.
And
I think you're right.
He might even done a little music there, tapping rocks. Who knows?
I'm sure probably it was. That's one of the ways one of the great ways we can communicate is through music, because it will touch people when other things won't.
Exactly.
So, it's a great way to communicate. And I consider it part of my ministry, a big part of what my ministry is. Yeah.
Well, was there one person maybe that you would like to pay some homage to that guided you? Maybe mom, dad, grandparents, aunt, uncles, or you said they all?
Yeah, I was very fortunate to have parents that was real supportive in what I've done. But my greatest influence and one of my biggest supporters ever, my grandfather was a musician, but my uncle is my mom's brother. He was just, I thought he was the greatest thing in the world. And I grew up watching him sing and play around local churches and little radio programs around home. And I was like a sponge every time I was around him, just
Yeah.
absorbing everything that he done. So he was definitely my biggest
You want to
influence.
name him?
His name was Jack Griffith.
Right,
And
Jack
yeah,
Griffith.
my Uncle Jack was by far my biggest influence.
Excellent, excellent. Well, we have to sometimes have to have someone to look up to and kind
Yeah.
of push us, build our confidence. Um, well, you transitioned from bluegrass into performing under your own name. Can you share with the viewers how that transition came about? You mentioned COVID. It's
Yeah, COVID hit, and but before even COVID hit, I had went through some serious health problems, some real serious
okay.
health problems,
Hmm.
and I hadn't wrote anything in a while,
Ah,
and it became battling cancer. It became therapy to me, was to start back writing
oh,
songs,
aha.
and as I started writing, my style changed. My writing style changed, and it became more personal. The songs were deeper. The message was more, I guess, more focused than it had ever been,
Sure.
and it was they became real personal songs, and that's how the song "Second Chance" came about.
Uh-huh.
And mostly I was doing part of this just to stay sane.
Yeah.
And I really didn't realize that my style had changed, my writing style had changed, my musical styles were changing and developing, evolving. And
Uh-huh.
it just all went. So when COVID hit, I had all this free time that we had quit traveling. And I was developing this completely different style, and it felt more personal and something I had to do on my own.
So it's personal, trying to survive, get through this cancer treatments, what have you.
Yes.
It became something more identifiable, the message that you was trying to send, it sounds like.
Yeah.
And it shows in your song, Second Chance. So I can identify with that. I hope I hit the nail on the head somewhat. So
Yeah.
you really could understand what you was writing and what meaning it might have for someone else going through hard times. And that's what Second Chance is all about. Well,
Yeah.
I guess, can you go ahead and kind of give that where that really came together? And as soon as you, if you would, go ahead and introduce the song. And as soon as you close, I'll go ahead and run that.
Okay. Yeah. The song came to. I was given a diagnosis of sarcoma
Oh,
about 15 years ago, and they had originally only told me I had 6 months to live. And it was a long recovery. It just kept changing. The diagnosis would change. They would tell me that, man, it ain't looking good. And then all of a sudden, I would pass these milestones that they said that I
I
wouldn't
see.
reach.
Uh-huh.
And I just felt like inside, God's given me second chance after second chance at my life, at being a dad, at being a better husband, and a second chance at my music.
Yeah.
And that's what birthed the song, was the thought of a second chance. And it's just been an amazing journey, but it's allowed me to share, because it's been unreal, the folks I have run into that can relate to
Uh-huh.
that. And if they're going through it at the time, it kind of gives them, well, not kind of, it gives them hope.
Yes.
And that's really what my message is all about in all my music, is there is hope. Don't, as long as we got breath, don't give up, don't give in.
Great,
So
great.
that birthed the song.
Great,
second
great.
chance.
Well, Greg, thanks for the explanation. I guess if you're looking a little hope, I swear this song will give you that hope and that connection to Greg Marlow. So let's run that song.
He was a man of music. He loved to bend those strings. He worshipped with his fingers as the singers would sing. But when the pain had robbed him of the gift he dearly loved, he fell down on his knees, crying to the Lord above. Lord, I know you hear me when I call your name. I know I don't deserve it. I'm asking just the same. Well, you gave this life to me. You can take it anytime. You're the God of second chances, and I'm asking you for mine. Well, I thought I had it all, figured right down to the T. All my lofty plans in front of me, and lots of places left to see. When that doctor looked me in the eyes, he laid it all down on the line. You'd better get your affairs in order, son, 'cause you ain't got much more time. Then I cried out, Lord, I know you hear me when I call your name. I know I don't deserve it, but I'm asking just the same. Well, you gave this love to me. You can take it anytime. You're the God of second chances, and I'm asking you for mine. On a lonely hill called Calvary, three hanging on the cross. One who hung there mocked him, while the other counts the cost. He cries out to the Master through his pain and agony. When you enter into your kingdom, Lord, oh, would you remember me? Well, Lord, I know you hear me when I call your name. I know I don't deserve it, and I'm asking just the same. You gave this life to me. You can take it anytime. You're the God of second chances, and I'm asking you for mine. Oh, you're the God of second chances, and I'm asking you for mine. You're the God of second chances,
Well, Greg, that is a great song, and it's available to play and listen on many of the music channels, I understand. Can you give the viewers out there worldwide where they can find this
Yeah,
Second Chances?
they can go to YouTube. I've got a YouTube channel. It's Greg Marlow, just Greg Marlow on YouTube, and you can find it.
Mhm.
Also, Facebook. You can find me on Facebook, Greg Marlow, singer-songwriter.
Okay.
And also Greg Marlow, Instagram, same thing.
Mhm.
Even TikTok, I'm learning to use it now. I'm trying to
Yeah,
develop my social media skills a little better, and but I'm just getting to be all over the place, and
that's great.
also radio. I've been very blessed to release that song and a few others that have has done really well on radio, and that video of that song was directed by a really good friend of mine, Cody McCarver, who's also a Christian country artist,
Uh-huh.
and he's also a former member of the country band Confederate Railroad.
Oh, yes.
And he's doing Christian country now, and he's doing a lot of video production. And he wrote and directed that video for me, and I'm just really, really proud of that video and what he done with my song.
Great.
And
Well, thank you for giving thanks to him and recognition, because evidently he does pretty good work, it looks
he
like.
does great work. Also, I have a website. It's
Oh, yes.
gregmarlow.net, so you can find me on my website too. Is
Okay,
my
super.
website, so you can you can find me that way too. And there's also links on all that will take you to the video of
Oh,
Second Chances, and also my testimony video of my
super.
testimony.
Oh, excellent. Well, would you like to say any shout out to your family? You were still trying to get to know you here, your family, your fans, your listeners, anyone specifically.
Well, I appreciate everybody that's watching us right now and listening. And I love y'all so much. And thank you for supporting me. Just listen to my music. And a real big shout out. I wouldn't be here if it hadn't been for my wife. She has been my rock.
Mhm.
And my son Luke, he's a part of my band. I'm very blessed that I have a very talented son and
Excellent.
multi instrumentalist. And he's part of my band when I get to do a full band. He's my drummer
Ah,
when he's not my mandolin player. And
mhm.
I'm just so blessed to be surrounded by so many good people. My brother, who I'd played bluegrass with, he also plays with me in the Greg Marlow Second Chance band,
Uh-huh.
and I'm just tickled to death to have that kind of support still around me. But
Super.
my wife Angie she's been my rock. She really
Excellent.
has.
Uh-huh. Oh, that's great to hear. And you're really surrounded by some great people, great
Oh,
family, it sounds like. And
absolutely.
and the fans, you just returned from West Plains, Missouri,
I
where you
did.
did a country music show, Christmas, I guess, with probably second chances thrown in.
It was a Toys for Tots
Oh my!
Christmas show that we done in West Plains, a 2 day show,
Uh-huh.
and gosh, we had great crowds. Had a blast. Met some beautiful, wonderful folks. That's my first time in the Missouri area,
Oh
actually.
my!
So I got to have a really great experience out there,
Well,
and
we're the show me state, so we always try to show you the best side, and invite people in.
definitely done that.
If you're country in Missouri, you're country.
It was just great folks. Never
Oh,
had been never treated any better in my life.
excellent. Well, you haven't, I haven't asked you your plans for the future, especially this new year, 2026. Could you share with the viewers what is on your itinerary for the year, end of the year, 2025, and what's coming up in 2026? Anything
I'm
special?
Yeah, I'm getting booked up for this year coming up. Also headed back out to West Plains in July.
Oh,
So I'll be back out in West Plains for 3 or 4 days at the ICGMA convention out there. It's the Inspirational Country Gospel Music
oh
Association.
my, yeah.
Uh, I'll be there during that. Got some stuff just booking all over the place. Going to be in Louisiana this year, Pennsylvania, uh, there in Missouri, Pennsylvania, Delaware. I got a whole bunch of stuff
Oh,
just
super.
bouncing all over the place, and God's just opening doors. And keep your ears and eyes open. And if you'll connect with me on social media, I'll
Yeah,
update everything that I'm doing as
super.
it comes in.
Uh-huh. Well,
So
I hope everyone tries to follow your progress in the future and hope this interview will assist you in getting you more bookings to show your awesome talent. And so, by the way, how does one get in touch with you again in case they might want to book your talent?
uh,
What's your first approach you'd like to have them reach out
uh, through my
direct?
website would be great. You can
Okay,
email me at Greg S. Marlow
okay,
at gmail.com,
super,
which is I check it every day. So you can do that.
great.
And you can contact me through Messenger on Facebook. If you'll find my Facebook page, it's Greg Marlow, singer songwriter
Yeah,
Facebook page. And
yeah.
gosh, there's so many ways we can connect now that we didn't have the opportunity
Oh,
to do
isn't that the
before.
truth?
And that is so cool. And I promise you, I'll get back with you just as soon as I check daily through the day, and I will get right back with you as soon as possible.
Great,
But
great,
those are just several ways of contacting me. The
excellent.
email is really good. The
That's
Greg
the
S.
direct. That's
Marlow.
probably the first direct that you'd like to see emails. Uh, that way you
Hmm.
got a record and you can reply.
Yes,
Yes. So,
yes.
okay, I will make sure that gets on the timeline. Well, I always ask my guests, what is your advice on starting out as a performer and how to stay the course? What would you say to that young man like Trevin Dawson was on the Voice? Now he's busy, busy, busy,
Hmm.
but now it's kind of cooled off. Not like it was in the summer after he got off the Voice. So, what would you
Yeah.
tell a new person who wants to get into it? Maybe B.J. Jameson up in Nebraska, really doing good now. And, I've worked with a lot over the last 45 years. And so, but someone's got to start someplace. So, how would you say, how did you get started and stay the course?
Don't give up. Don't even when it starts getting tough, don't give in. Don't if you believe in what you're doing, then don't quit. Just keep moving forward, even when you feel like you're going backward, because hard work, nothing replaces that.
Yeah.
So just stay at it, believe in what you're doing, work at what you're doing. You'll get better. Don't never think that you're planing, because I promise you, there's always something to learn.
Well,
And
sometimes, we got to take two steps back to take one step forward. I think that was in the song, if I remember.
yeah, it was. Yeah.
And that's
Uh,
true. So you
it,
never give
it,
up. Well,
yeah,
I
you never
always
give
want
up.
people to know too, I never liked the term a goal because the goals have a beginning and an end.
I agree.
I say start, climb the ladder. You have bumps in the road, take two steps back, go step one forward, but don't set a goal because all you got to do is keep going, like you said in another way of saying it.
Yeah,
Because you are going to have those lulls, what have you, but just keep plugging along.
you
I
do.
mean,
I
really,
wake up. I wake up every day,
mhm.
and first thing I do is I say, Lord, thank you for another day. And
Yes.
if you present the door and open it, I'm walking through it. I'm not going to ask any questions. I'm just going.
Yeah,
And that's the way I face every day. I don't have, like you said, I don't set goals because I don't want to get to the point where I think I've hit it, because
Yeah,
I think we'll
that's
stop when we
that's
do.
depressing. If you think you've come to the stop, you're defeating your own self.
I agree with
And
you
you just
100%.
leave the door open and wait for that guidance from above.
Yes.
And believe it or not, things will happen. It's like people used to talk about blessings. Well, you get blessings sometimes and you don't even know it. It's coming.
Yeah.
All of a sudden it's in your lap.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you got to believe and keep your faith and keep going. Well, we're just about out of time, Greg. I want to thank you so much for granting me the interview and contributing to Spotlight on the Arts, making it really a learning and informational, inspirational experience for all, I'd say. Do you have any final closing words, Greg?
I just thank you once again, Rick, for having me. I appreciate it so much. It's just been a godsend, our connection.
Yes,
And I am just tickled. I really am. And looking forward to talking to you again.
yes.
And just
We'll do more than one interview. We'll keep
absolutely,
track of you. Sure.
I want to stay in touch.
Great.
And just a big thank you to all the folks out there who've been listening to me, and the folks that are tuning in for the first time and going to listen. Thank you too. I appreciate you, and I love all of you, and God loves you more than I do. So,
Yes.
and that's a whole lot.
Yes.
So
Well,
don't
you're
ever
so
forget that.
welcome, and I'm just honored to blessed to be able to talk with you. What you've been through as a survivor, and the song just has so many. I mean, I could go on and on. Like in radio, they said they could at least turn you off. Turn me off. So, thank you once again, and thank you, viewers, for watching Spotlight on the Arts, taking your time out to watch the shows. You just heard the story of a cancer survivor and how he never gave in to the dreaded sickness. I hope you enjoyed this interview as much as I have. Rick Jey saying, be safe and healthy. See you next time.